Namaste. Hey everybody, so we are here, it's me, but Jane's just over there. We're here at Marrakech Airport and getting ready to fly to London. We've had 6 weeks in Morocco, which has been fantastic, and it's been really nice to be exploring a country we haven't traveled in for 12 years. But it's time for real life to begin again, and I've got the immersion starting this Friday in Cork, next Friday in Waterford, and in February in Hamburg. Between then, I'm going to be going to Rome and Berlin and, all sorts of fun places. So you can always go to the Facebook events page and see all of my events if it's working. It's been a little funny in the last couple days. I haven't been able to see all of my events, so hopefully you can. If you want to know if I'm coming to you and you can't see it, just send me a message or check on your mobile device, because it always seems to be working on the mobile device. So, and I suppose that's how most of us use our Facebook anyway. So this is just going to be a short class because we have to board soon, and it's a class to just stretch out a few of the things that are tight in my body from having walked around the Medina and from sitting in bed doing a lot of work with my back round and my neck being pushed forward by the backboard on the bed. And so I'm going to do some stretching of my spine, stretching of my neck, stretching of my feet, calves, just getting me ready for the flight. So join me, stretch out your body before you sit at your desk today, before you go for a walk today, or before you go to a longer yoga class. Thanks for being here. I'll show you a little bit around the airport afterwards, but obviously they probably don't like me. Maybe they don't like me filming too much in the airport, so I've gone to sort of a quiet corner where I'm hopefully not disturbing too many people. Anyway, so let's start in Vajrasana, on your knees, sitting on your heels. All right, let's go. Bring your knees together, feet together. Sit on your heels, sit up tall. This is a really nice stretch for the fronts of your ankles. Close your eyes and breathe. Push down through your toes, stretch up through your spine. Roll your shoulders back a little, and just let them relax down your spine. Stretch up through your neck. Settle here. Settle into yourself. Settle into your Vajrasana. Bring your hands to your heart. Anjali Mudra. Stretch up through your spine. Sing one Om together. Exhale. Inhale. Bow to your heart. Lower your hands. Lift your chin. Open your eyes. Welcome. Toe crusher. You know I love it. It's really great. Start from the bottom up, and we're going to start from the bottom up. Come your hands. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees. Stretch your knees back as you bring your knees down. Sit on your heels, and then really tuck your toes under. We've been doing a lot of walking on cobbled streets, on streets that are being repaired. So my feet, calves are really in need of a good stretch. Let's double it up. Do some more. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Paschimma Baddha Gulyasana. Stretch and draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Lift your hands. Keep your weight over your heels. The tendency might be to lean forward because it hurts less in your toes, but we really want that stretch in the soles of your feet and the fascia
If you can bring the heels of your hands together, bring the heels of your hands together. Release your hands. Bring your fingers to the ground. Untuck your toes. Place your feet flat. Separate your feet a little. Come into Virasana. Sit between your heels. We'll do Virasana with Gomukhasana arms. Take your right arm up. Place your hand between your shoulders. Take your left arm back. Clasp your hands. Or hold your shirt if clasping your hands isn't possible. And then pull your elbows. Your right elbow down, your left elbow up. Like tightening up the grip on your hands. Stretch your spine. Push your head back into your right arm and lift through the top of your head. Spread your toes, push your toes down. Switch your arms, release your arms, stretch your left arm up, place your hand between your shoulders, take your right arm back, clasp your hands or hold your shirt, and then draw your left elbow down, right elbow up by tightening up the grip on your hands, push your head back, stretch up through your spine. Push down through your toes. Virasana, Gomukhasana arms. Release your arms. Lift your hips. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake. Stretch your knees out. Nice. Sit in Sukhasana, cross your shins, sit up tall. Take your right hand, hold above your left knee. Take your left fingertips back behind you. Look forward to start. Think about the bottom of your pelvis and tone your pelvic floor. Mula Bandha if you practice the bandhas. Sit up tall. And twist. Move your left shoulder back, move your right shoulder back. Sit up tall. Twist a little more. Parivrtta Sukhasana. Push your head back and lengthen through your neck. I'm really feeling the stress in my head, but let's wait till the announcement's over. Stretch your arms up, untwist. Bring your left hand above your right knee. Touch your right fingertips to the ground behind you. Sit up tall, look forward. Tone the bottom of your pelvis, and then twist. Push your head back and lengthen through your neck. So before that announcement, I was saying that I'm really feeling this in my neck and my head because, well, I've been sitting poorly while we've been working at the Riyadh in Marrakech. I've been sitting in bed because we didn't have a comfortable desk. And it means that I've been doing a lot of rounding of my neck. So getting some more length in my spine here is going to really help release that pressure, help me feel better when we're sitting on the floor. Stretch your arms up. Stay in the twist, twist a little more. Just hold it a little longer because there was an announcement on the first side. And if that announcement was for you and you're going to miss your flight, don't miss your flight. Go to it. You can do yoga later. Come back to center. Bring your hands to your knees and sit up tall. Roll your head, roll your neck. And then change directions. Now, I have this nice planter here, which I'm going to use. If you have a chair that you can use, that'll be really useful. You can also do this with your elbows on the ground. It's just a slightly different stretch. So what I want you to do is come to the edge of your bed, come to a chair, or if you happen to have a planter right here, place your hands on it, walk your knees back, push through your hands, lift through your underarms, and then start to back through your tailbone. Like you're doing Kardashian booty. Stick it back, lower your chest. Think about the front of your ribs and lift the front of your ribs. Push back through your inner thighs.
So you can do this with your hands on the ground. You can do it with your elbows on the ground. Or hands on a chair or planter. The further back your knees are, up to a certain point, you're going to get a little more stretch for your shoulders. Push through your hands, lift through your underarms, move the front of your ribs up, stick your butt back. Lift up with your body, walk your knees in. Release your hands.
Sit on your heels. Again, stretch the fronts of your ankles. Push your toes down, stretch the fronts of your ankles. Stand up. I haven't checked for height here, so I'm going to just stay crouching for a little bit. Separate your feet, about hip distance apart. Even a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Make your feet parallel to each other. Then fold forward, bend your knees, touch the ground. Rest your chest on your upper legs.
Hang your head. It's cool, I can see myself in the window. Hey Steven, what's up? From your tailbone, lift up, and then lengthen your head down. Your knees bent, it'll feel a little bit better. And then hug your inner thighs in and push your butt back. Lift your hips up. Hold your left elbow with your right hand. Hold your right elbow with your left hand. And hang. Butt to camera, always a good look. Just thought you'd be able to hear me a little better. Maybe see the pose slightly differently. Place your hands on your hips, lift your elbows, stand up.
Cool. So I really want to get a nice stretch from my neck. So we're going to do Halasana into Karna Pindasana, which is called ear pressure pose. So if Halasana, plow pose, is something that's challenging for you, you can bring your feet to that same chair so that it's a less intense pose. Chair, or the planter, or the edge of your bed. It's okay, shukran. So I'll use the planter so you can see it, and then I'm going to come down onto the floor. So lie on your back.
And if you're watching to see what I do with the planter, you can watch now, or you can just go into Halasana. Lift your knees up, legs up, and then look, dirty toes. Touch the planter, lift your hips up, interlace your fingers. So you can use the bed,
or you can just use the floor, which is what I'm going to use. I'll get a little more shoulder stretch.
Bend your knees, place your hands on the ground, push down, lift your knees up, tuck in, roll in a little more. Push your shoulders down, push your hands down, lift up through your hips, and to get a stretch in your neck, push down through your head and lengthen through your neck. We've been there a while, but I wanted to wait for the announcement, so now bend your knees, bring your knees in to the sides of your ears. It's ear pressure pose. Release your hands. Karna Pindasana. Karna Pindasana. Slowly unroll. And when you get to a spot where you're on the middle of your back, grab your legs. Give yourself a hug. Roll to your right and sit up.
If you're going to Lisbon, I believe your flight is now boarding, so maybe you should get in the queue. Shukran. Sit in Sukhasana or Siddhasana. Sit up tall. I'm not going to do Shavasana because it would probably look even weirder than just doing yoga in the airport to be lying here on the floor. But if you would like Shavasana, take Shavasana now. Otherwise, we'll sit quietly for a couple minutes, and then we'll wrap it up. Time for us to board soon. Sit up tall. Close your eyes. Slow your breath. If you're in Shavasana, deepen your breath, move your fingers and toes, stretch your arms and legs. Bend your knees, roll to your right, and sit up. Join us in a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart, Anjali Mudra. Lengthen through your spine one more time. Let's end as we began with one Om. Exhale fully. Inhale. Namaste. Thanks. That's a nice little sequence that you can do if you are at work and you need to stretch out, if you've been traveling and you need to just open up parts of your body that need it, and like I'm doing, if you're about to get on a flight, a bus, or a train, you can use it as well. Just give you a little look around the airport before I go. It's probably getting close to time for us to board, so thanks for tuning in, thanks for practicing. If you happen to be in London, we're flying to London tonight, and around 6 p.m. we're meeting at the Brewdog pub on Battersea Rise, so if you want to come for some drinks, come for some drinks. Yeah, that's right, I'm a yogi and I drink. Crazy, I know. Alright, well, thanks everybody. I'll just take off the wide angle, get a little bit closer. Oh, hey Steph, hey Jane. Look, I know a couple people watching right now. Hey, how's it going? Cool, so let me just flip the camera around. So this is an amazing airport, actually. It's really new, really modern. Maybe I'll post a 360 from inside the airport on a page. Maybe on the My 5 Acres page, I'll post a 360 of the airport because it's pretty spectacular. And there go the people who are watching me do class today. And I guess that's the flight to Lisbon. Cool. All right, well, thanks for tuning in.
see you next week. I will be in Waterford next week, and I might actually be teaching class when I am going to be doing this. So it might be one of those weird ones where it's a live class, and I am teaching a real class. So that'll be fun. We'll see if that happens. Yeah. Anyway, see you soon. I'll be in Europe until July, so if you're in Europe, check out when I'm coming near you. I'm going to some places I haven't been to in a while. I'm teaching in Rome, I'm teaching in Stockholm, I'm teaching in Ljubljana. So like it's going to be a really fun 6 months. And yeah, the immersions don't start till Friday in Cork, next Friday in Waterford, and then it's I think around the 15th of February it starts in Hamburg. I'll add some links here because if you want to come do a really fun, really intense training with me where we really get to dive into our practice, dive into the yoga experience. The immersion is it, and I am super excited about bringing it to you. All right, see y'all soon. Namaste.